Good morning, good morning, good morning. My name is Clinton Jiggetts. I am the founder of Best Fit Digital, and this is episode one of Clicks to Clients. This is where I'm going to be giving you straightforward digital marketing how-tos. If you're an early startup, if you are a self-driven do-it-yourself business owner who is doing all of their own marketing, I'm going to give you some tools from the blueprint that my agency that has generated over $10 million in just the last 5 years for small and local businesses, who has had a footprint for over 8 years in the Baltimore area, but also nationwide, and to give you as much information as possible about how to build a successful digital strategy, especially with the adoption of AI. I'll talk about the pitfalls and the opportunities that AI presents. And this is episode one. We'll have episodes on Tuesday and Thursday of each week. So I highly recommend that you subscribe, you follow, share your successes, share your challenges. This is free information that I'm giving. Whether you ever decided to engage with my agency or not, I want to give the 47% of small business owners who do it themselves a bit more information to help point them in the right direction. So without further delay, let's get started. Let's get started. Why digital marketing is non-negotiable for a small business right now. First of all, this is not about fluff. This is about getting you to the promised land, getting you to success. You might be already throwing money at small business ads. You might be already built out your Google My Business profile. You may be writing blogs and really trying to find something that sticks, posting social media content, but ultimately it's not leading to more success. If someone in your city right now, someone who needs exactly what you sell, pulled out their phone and searched for it, would they find you? Ask yourself that question and then go into incognito mode on your phone and test it out. We want them to see you, not your competitor. If the honest answer is no, or if I'm not sure, this episode is for you. Right now, we are living in the most level playing field in history of business. A small business in Baltimore can compete with a national brand if they know how to show up online. The tools exist, the strategies exist. Most of it's free to access. What's missing is the knowledge and the plan, the blueprint. That's exactly what we're fixing here today with episode one of Clicks to Clients. To clients, my name is Clinton Jiggetts. I'm the founder of Best Fit Digital, located here in Baltimore, Maryland. We are a small team, a boutique agency of 5 based here in Baltimore. I work with both local and national clients, but right now I'm focused on you. The first thing we have to acknowledge is the world has changed a lot. The digital shift is here. And if you're not part of the reality of the 97% of consumers who search online before making a purchase or contacting a business, then you're far behind. 97%. If you're not showing up online in a meaningful way, you're invisible to almost every potential customer who does not already know you exist. Your only other option is to go viral through social media. That is a viable route. But right now, we're talking about the strategies that you can implement and have proven success across the board. The gap is what is showing up and not closing. 10 years ago, you could run a successful business just on word of mouth, just having people who know you exist. Of course, you had the yellow pages and ads, and you can have just a basic website that added as a brochure. Today, your customer journey starts on Google. It starts in the AI models like ChatGPT and Claude. It starts at 11 p.m. at night while someone's laying in bed, or 10 a.m. while someone's sitting on the toilet at work. Whether they're looking for an HVAC company or a law firm or plumbers or a dentist or a sports team for their kid to play on. They start on Google, they start on Bing, they start in the language learning models like Chat and Claude. Your job is to be there when they're looking. So let's talk about the actual opportunity. Most of your local competitors are not doing the work. that is daily required for success online. They have a mediocre website, page 3 of Google, random social media posts with no strategy, ads with no tracking. That is your opportunity. When you get your digital marketing right, you don't have to be perfect, just better than the average. You will stand out. And unfortunately, for other businesses, you are seizing this opportunity today. You will fill your pipeline. I have watched it happen to clients across Baltimore, DC, Virginia, PA, even nationwide. I have clients in Texas, in California, Colorado. They are getting booked on a regular basis by building an organic digital presence. It's a 24/7 opportunity for you to access resources because of these little digital devices that we all carry in our hands. We have access to information at all times. So either you are going to be part of the solution or you're going to be part of the problem for your business to grow. Let's talk about the 5 pillars of digital marketing. There are 5 pillars that you need to focus on to have a holistic, successful strategy. And I would argue that it's technically 6 because while I'm going to couple AI and language learning models like Chat and Claude into SEO, it's really its own pillar now. It's really taken over where folks are going to Chat, they're going to Perplexity, they're going to Gemini, they're going to Claude first to find resources, even before they go to Google. When people normally hear digital marketing, they think social media. Post on Instagram, run a Facebook ad, done. That's not it. That is not it. Digital marketing is an ecosystem with 5 pillars. Again, I will argue 6 now, but we're going with the tried and true information and coupling that language learning model with SEO. Your website, of course, is the #1 sales asset. Excuse me. It's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. When someone finds you online, they're going to check your website first. In 3 seconds, they've decided whether they trust you enough to explore you further. Does the site load fast? Does it look professional? Does it make it crystal clear what you do? More importantly, does it make it clear what you do above the fold? So before they have to scroll, is it clear what you do? Or is your site outdated? Is it confusing? When it hits those pillars, everything gets harder. SEO, search engine optimization. That is how you get found on Google without paying for ads. That is your organic traffic. The problem is folks don't create enough content for the Google algorithm to crawl to truly understand what you do and who to deliver it to. So if you don't have a strategy in place and you're just hoping that Google's going to magically find your website, magically index it, and magically make it findable for others, you're going to be on the bad end of that equation. The results that show up in SEO come from a strategic approach, again, from the Google and Bing perspective, but also acknowledging the language learning models. Folks are going to AI first in order to share content or to find content. So you have to be present there. The goal is to appear for the searches your customers are already making, meeting them where they are. You can't dictate where they're going to go. You can only meet them where they are already planning to be. That exists. Unlike ads, good SEO just keeps producing results month after month. When you can get organic local traffic to your site without investing in paid ads, you're already a leg up. That's when paid ads actually becomes complementary to your overall strategy, which leads me to the 3rd pillar, paid ads. If you want to have a successful long-term strategy to build and scale, you have to pay for ads. But that does not mean you have to pay for some ads in every platform. You know, if you only have $1,000 ad budget and you want to say, I'm going to spread it across Metas, which is Facebook and Instagram. I'm going to run some Google ads. I'm going to run some TikTok ads. I'm going to run some Pinterest ads. I'm going everywhere because I think my customer is everywhere. So I want to stretch my money everywhere. You're not going to have a refined strategy for long-term success. You have to be strategic. If you have $1,000, or I would argue if you have an ad budget below 2,500, you should not consider running ads outside of one place. If you find that your audience is primarily 40 and above, they're likely going to be in Meta. If you find out that you're dealing with Gen Alpha, they're likely going to be on TikTok or Snapchat. If you find that the service or product that you offer is correlated to unexpected needs, so think plumber, You might want to spend your time in Google. Again, if your budget is just 2,500 or below per month. If you have more to spend, then you might want to diversify to complement and retarget the folks who are already seeing your ads that are part of that defined audience. But ultimately, in order to get in front of the right customer at the right time, you have to know what your ad budget is, you have to commit to it, and you have to stay in your lane. Don't try to stretch yourself thin thinking that you're missing out on an opportunity, because you're going to burn a few thousands of dollars without targeting correctly. You're going to have the wrong landing page, so it doesn't convey the correct message, and you're going to find failure. But if you're able to match those things, you're going to find long-term success. The fourth pillar here is social media and email. Social media is your brand's personality. It's not about likes, it's not about followers, it's just about creating your brand's trust model. Email marketing is greatly underrated, because as you build a list, you build subscribers. These are middle and bottom of the funnel folks who are in some way interested in what you are offering. So if you don't have a strategy, whether you're using one of the different email tools or like Apollo to build a target, you're just not going to have long-term success in building that targeted strategy. When you are thinking about what is going to be successful long-term, you need to have a strategy. And if you're able to email client@bestfitdigital.co, I'm happy to send this checklist to you. But this is the 5-point audit that every single business owner needs to do right now. Before you talk to an agency, before you talk to your marketing person or that freelancer, you need to do it now. How do you do that exactly? Well, first thing you're going to do is go to Google. You're going to Google your business name, Google your name, Google your city, your service. What comes up? Is it you? Are you buried on the first page? Are you on the second or third page? What about your Google business profile? Is that showing up? Have you already created one? If you don't know how to create one, there's a lot of free tools that can help you to create it. And of course, Google provides that for free. Visit your website from your phone, from your laptop, from your desktop, from your tablet. Does it load fast? Is it clean? Can you find the contact info in under 5 seconds? Does it have a call to action? Does it clearly display what you do? Next, I want you to search for what you sell and not put in your product name. If you're a plumber in Baltimore, Maryland, then search plumber Baltimore, Maryland. What do you see? Where do you rank? Do you even show up on the first page? If you're not on the first page, then there's a huge opportunity sitting in front of you. After you get past those sponsored ads, those paid ads, you want to be in those first search results. Think about the way you search for things. Think about how often you are willing to go to the second and third page. For myself personally, I'm only going to the second or third page when I know there's a very specific, narrow thing that I'm looking for, and I know what it is. I just can't recall the full scope of where to go for this thing. So I'm willing to dig deeper because I'm looking for this one thing. But otherwise, if I'm looking for something to meet a criteria, I'm searching the first page, maybe sometimes the second page, but most certainly no further than that. And likely you do the exact same thing. Next thing I want you to do is to check your social media. When did you last post? Is your profile complete? Does it tell exactly what you do? Does it clearly explain who you are here to help? If not, that's another opportunity for you to scale your social media. Do you need to hire a freelancer to create some graphics or some infographics for you? Do you need to use more of the videos and gallery and contents that you already have, but you don't really know when and how to post? Are you too concerned with only having 500 followers instead of engaging those 500 followers to cultivate a brand relationship? What are you focused on? What do you think is going to be most important to that long-term success? And then, do you have an email list? We touched on email list just a moment ago, but do you have a list? Do you have a strategy to obtain a list? Do you have a subscriber capture on your website, or do you go to events and network and find folks to reach out to about your product or service? Do people even know you exist? If not, then you need to start building one today by building those captures for the information. Next thing I want you to do is to write those answers down. And whatever you find is your starting point is the gap that presents itself. So if you see that you last posted on social media 2 weeks ago, that's an opportunity. That could be a starting point. If you find that your website is loading way too slowly, or the experience on a mobile device is starkly different than the experience on a desktop and less engaging or less compelling, then that can be a starting point. But the fact is, there are going to be opportunities for you to address unless you're in a very, very rare margin. The next thing you should do is ask yourself, what are you going to do in order to address those? And let me be clear, I'm giving you a high level overview of the opportunity of building something for yourself. It's very hard to be a founder. It's very hard to be a business owner. If you're a plumber, if you're an electrician, if you're an attorney, that is what you are great at. That is your SME. You are a subject matter expert in providing that service or product. But in order for people to find you, you have to have a strategy in place. And you have a couple of options. You can hire an agency like Best Fit Digital, or you can invest the time and the work in building it yourself. The only question is, what are you going to do? Because clearly, whether right now you're blindly without a blueprint running your own ads and not seeing results, throwing $500 or $1,000 at it a month, or you're just trying your best to leverage referrals as best you can to stretch the opportunities as much as you can, you know, and I know that that's not a long-term strategy to scale and grow your business. Not everyone wants to be Warren Buffett. So this doesn't mean that you have the ambition to be a billionaire, but you have the ambition to want your business to be known well enough that you're able to sustain yourself, your family, and take care of your responsibilities. You want to be able to take care of your employees, meet your client needs. These things start with a blueprint. You can't just throw money at it or pray that the results are going to yield something positive for yourself. You have to invest the time in digital marketing. And if you're not in a position to hire a professional to do it for you, then you have to invest the long-term time in this. I am regularly running these uh, episodes, but I'm also going to be conducting free webinars via my business where we get deeper into the details of how to exercise these strategies. Because ultimately, what I want to do is provide resources to business owners and fellow entrepreneurs. I admire every entrepreneur. I know that I've been an entrepreneur for 9 years now, and every day is a challenge. Every day is a learning experience. No 2 days are quite alike. And without a blueprint in place, then I'm just going to be on a treadmill going nowhere. So invest the time in learning the strategies if you cannot afford to hire an agency. And if you do decide to hire an agency, scrutinize them based on what benchmarks are going to be important to them, how they're going to measure their success, what other clients are saying about them. And if you want to give us a chance to be a resource to you, then simply visit bestfitdigital.co. Again, my name is Clinton Jiggetts. I am the founder of our agency. It would be my honor and my pleasure to be a resource to you. But ultimately, I just want to see businesses scale and grow and take advantage of the opportunities that are presented before us. Because truth be told, digital marketing is just a long, long marathon. It's not difficult, but without a blueprint, it's incredibly, incredibly, incredibly difficult to truly build successful digital strategies. And without further delay, the purpose of this is to be a quick overview of strategies and ideas. This is episode 1 of Clicks to Clients. We will be premiering episodes every Tuesday and Thursday. Please like, share, and subscribe. And without further delay, I bid you adieu and wish you a great day.